Just to let you guys know, we figured it out. If we're shot into the sun, we'll live.
But NASA won't share those things with anyone.
NASA doesn't know that we're talking about this right now.
Conspiracy. The sun is actually nothing.
No, the sun is real. We can just live on it.
It's just really cold, actually.
Yeah. No, it's actually like pretty nice. It's like a nice spring afternoon.
It's like the sun.
It's Sunday every day.
Oh.
That was bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, welcome everyone. We're back.
Yeah.
From the sun.
Yep.
Thanks for having us back. I'm Amy.
I'm Sam.
And alongside with us we have...
Still Ocean Man.
Hayden, the Ocean Man.
Yeah.
And today, we're going to be doing our July recap. We're going to be talking about...
No, we're not. Our June recap.
Our June recap. It's currently July right now. I was like, what did I do?
To all those Canadians out there, it was Canadian Day. And to all of our Canadians out there, it was Canada Day. And to all of our Americans, it's American Day. And for everybody else, it's been the first week of July.
Welcome to summer, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a month. Guys, it actually was a month. There's a lot of movies that we watched and a lot of movies that we didn't get to. So today we're talking about Across the Spiderverse. We're talking about The Flash. We're talking about Elemental. And we're talking about Indiana Jones and the
Dial of Destiny.
Dial
baby.
of Destiny, yeah.
The baby's in there.
I was gonna say Kingdom of the Crystal Skull too. And
I was gonna say Temple of... I was like, nope. What are you drinking today, Sam?
I have a drink that I haven't had in years, I feel like. I saw this in our local Maverick, and I was like, this looks good.
I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
I'm feeling the cream soda. So I got an A&W cream soda. It's about as good as I remember it. It's a classic.
Yeah.
And then alongside with that, I got a water. I am like super not filled with water today. I had like 3 Baja Blasts.
Oh my gosh.
And well, actually, I had like probably 1.5 liters of water within the first 2 hours of being awake, and then just doubled down on soda right after that. I was supposed to donate plasma. That didn't work out.
Nice.
We don't need to get into that. We can cut that out. Just cut it out. We don't need to get into it. We don't need to get into it, we can just cut it out. That's my Christopher Walken impersonation. You gotta get in there. I know it's not.
That's him. He's the imposter.
Hey, can you tell the difference? It's too late to record.
It's only 7:30.
I know. But I usually don't have this much energy.
And I got a Voltage Mountain Dew. Hayden, what did you get today?
Orange Mountain Dew.
Oh,
It's a real live wire American Dragon.
Yeah?
Okay.
I
Yeah,
also got water too.
we didn't ask.
I need some.
I'm just kidding. We got the glacier rain. Glacier.
No,
rain.
you said I can't talk anymore. So
I'm
going
gonna
to
talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. Huh? That's also my Christopher Walken impression.
You're not Chris. shall we jump into it?
Yeah.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Spoilers for the following movies: Across the Spiderverse, Flash, Elemental, and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
The Danny DeVito of Destiny.
Yeah,
The Dial of Danny DeVito.
Dude. Should we talk about the first movie that we watched this month?
Yeah, well, let's talk about it, huh?
Across the Spiderverse.
Can you not say it like that?
Across the Spiderverse. Spider-Man.
We watched Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. We watched Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. So let's talk about it. Spider-Man, guys.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse, everybody. It's about Miles Morales. It's the second movie of a 3-part trilogy. Because we had Into the Spider-Verse, we have Across the Spider-Verse, and soon we're gonna have Beyond the Spider-Verse. And it takes place like I don't know,
It was
like a year after.
Yeah, a year after the first movie.
Yeah, and Homeboy is just like, I'm Spider-Man, I'm cool, I miss my friends, I draw Gwen Stacy a lot. It's a little weird, but I'm into her, and everybody's into her, I guess. Gwen Stacy's like, hey, I'm gonna be in my world that's super cool looking. Go into her backstory. We can get into that later. Miles is like, hey, Spider-Verse is a thing. I want to travel to Spider-Verse. Gwen Stacy's like, I have this thing that makes me travel to Spider-Verse because I'm with all these Spider-Mans. Spider-Mans are like, I'm looking for this thing that's going to wreck the multiverse. Spot's in this movie. He's pretty cool. We can talk about him later. Gwen is like, I miss Miles, so she goes and sees Miles in his universe, and everybody's mad, and shenanigans ensue. Miles gets stuck going to the Spider-Man universe, the Spider-Man 2099 universe,
and proceeds to get hunted down by 2099.
We don't know that he's bad yet. He's just super brooding. Actually, never mind. We do
Brother,
see
he's
him.
been hunting him down the whole time.
Yeah, they were.
He's like, well, this 15-year-old doesn't want his dad to die. I gotta fight him.
Yeah. And yeah, Spider-Man. Which Spider-Man are we talking about? Everybody start pointing at each other.
I'm not gonna do it.
She's gonna smack me.
I was like, I gotta make my point more audio-based. It's gonna become slack. Don't do it.
For a 2.5-hour movie, that synopsis I feel like tells the entire story. They go to Spider-Man Land, and Spider-Man Land hates Miles Morales because he's not Peter Parker or Peter Parker.
That is so funny. Peter Parker.
But yeah. What's your guys' initial thoughts on the movie?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Jumbled mess.
Yo, what?
Yeah.
I feel like it's also...
I feel like what you just said, it was unnecessarily long. Like, there's parts of the movies that like could have definitely been cut out. This could have just been its own thing. Like, it doesn't have to be a part 1 and a part 2. There's no reason for a part 2. They could have cut out half of it and it would have been fine.
I feel like there wouldn't have been as many, like, fun visual stuff. Like, if we didn't have as much as we had in this movie. But it is, I think it's currently the longest animated movie.
American animated. Like, because there's anime, like, there's Japanese. Like,
well, a movie.
Yeah, anime can be movies. Japanese.
It's 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, there's some anime movies that are longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weeb.
No, I was looking this up one day because I
Oh.
saw a post being like, this is the longest American animated movie. I'm like, okay. And then somebody, this is according to Instagram. I gave Amy the wide eye.
No, we can trust them.
Yeah, we can trust Instagram. Am I right, fellas? But yeah.
I'm very impressed, but I have a feeling because they say like all the people have said like, oh yeah, Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to come out next year, which I highly doubt is happening because like
it's not even a year from now. It's like 9 months. Well, 8 months now.
Well, because voice actors have said they haven't even recorded for their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also like some, I think, like animators. They're saying like, yeah, we don't even have all of like the storyboard stuff. So there ain't no way. But I'm also fine with waiting.
Yeah. Well, especially with writer strikes and whatever, I could see.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like, it would be terrible if they did try to do that, because then I feel like it would just be rushed.
Mm-hmm.
But
who knows? It also took him like what, 6 years or 5 years between this one and the one before.
Mm-hmm. And it took him like 4 years to animate just all of the Spider-Man, like the whole chase scene of all the Spider-Man.
I've also heard that like it took an hour to animate Spider-Punk. An hour. It took a year to animate everything.
Yeah, to figure. Okay, no, it's so insane how they animated Spider-Punk, because there's different frame rates for each piece of him. So his line art, the guitar, his like the little background parts around him, all of that is all animated on different frames, and they had to figure out how to do that. They basically made a whole new like animation style just with him. And he wasn't even in the movie for that long. And it took him 2 years to figure out and animate him.
2 years?
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I don't believe this garbage. I don't think it took that long.
Dude, the movie's so pretty though. Like, I love Gwen Stacy's universe.
I agree.
Because her whole universe is like, they described it as like a mood ring. And I like how it's watercolor too. It looks so pretty. I love it so much.
This art nerd over here.
Yeah.
Look at me with my watercolors.
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't know what a basic watercolor looks like?
It's water and color.
That's basically all paint. Am I right, ladies?
I've thrown dye into a water ball and shook it around and said it was lemonade.
Yeah.
Or threw like red dye in it and shook it around and be like, Mom, it's blood. I threw it all in a water bottle.
Oh no.
And my mom would drink it and be like, I drink the blood of my enemies. And it'd be like,
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one. Mom would never.
Anyways.
No, I do. I think that is my favorite looking I think that's my favorite looking
That's the
place.
best looking one.
Yeah.
So far.
I like the art style of that place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Some things that I liked about this movie. I think this is my favorite movie of the year. I'll be honest. I may disagree with Hayden. Hayden may disagree with me. And he just nodded at me. He gave me the closed mouth, like the closed mouth.
Big eyes.
Like and like yeah. Wide eyebrows raised. I can't believe this man just said this. I don't know. He said it. He did it all right. But yeah, best movie of the year so far. Yeah, I think I just really like Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's just cool. He's just always been the most relatable character, and I think it's interesting that there's all these other Spider-Man, like throwing them all in, and you can tell like that they have a lot of similarities, but there's a lot of them that are like different. Like you have, come on, everybody,
The
everybody,
boy?
you got,
My boy.
Amy, you can't say that. That's like the most vague thing that you could say. Everything is your boy.
Yeah.
So we got we got Peter Parker, we got Peter B. Parker, we got Miguel O'Hara, we got Peter Parked car, we got Web Slinger and his horse, Spider Horse or whatever.
Dude, I love that.
It's one of my
It
favorites.
is a horse have a mask.
I've seen the movie. I've seen the movie 3 times, and I can't tell you what he
I
says
can't
right
wait
after that.
to get that movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be a different experience. It's gonna be a different experience watching it at home than in the theater.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I like some of my favorite scenes. Include. I love the intro of what's his name? I don't want to call him like Spider-Man India, but it's Paviter. I don't want to say Paviter Pavarkar.
No, what? I can't look it up. My phone's gonna die. But yeah.
Yeah, I think his intro is one of my favorite scenes of the entire movie.
He's so fun.
Yeah, he just gets out of bed, doesn't need to work out because he's just born that way.
Doesn't have to do his hair because he was born that way.
He
uses coconut oil to keep it nice and fluffy.
He's upset about chai tea.
I love that whole joke of just saying 2 words, like one after another, like Miles being like, why do we call it ATM machine? The M stands for machine. And then he's like, yeah, chai means tea. And then the non-bread, and he's like, that's just saying bread. You know, because that's when Spot's like, I love chai tea. He kills Spot. He's like, oh, dude, I love it. He explodes.
I also like Spider-Punk. I've always liked the look of Spider-Punk. He's just a little edgy guy with big hair.
He's just cool.
And he's got his chucks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about when he says chucks?
His shoes?
His nunchucks. He's actually a ninja.
Whoa!
No, his shoes. You're right, Amy.
Yeah.
I really like
Lego Spider-Man? The best Spider-Man
Okay, actually, Lego Spider-Man bit was really funny because just the fact that like
Miguel is like, yeah, you're one of our best Spider-Man.
Yeah, thank you.
You're top of the totem
thank
pole.
you. You're our best, and I just like the I just love the like everything that has to do with like Lego stuff, like.
It's just the Lego movie. That's all.
Yeah, like just the same energy as like the Lego movies, and I'm pretty sure. I love. Tell me if I'm right, like, or correct me if I'm wrong. Is the director for this movie the same director as Lego Movie?
Yeah, or it's like or it has like the director of this movie is the same writers as that one. Something like that.
Somebody was involved, you know.
Well, you know the story behind the Lego scene, though, right?
Yeah, it's sick. Go on.
Just some 13-year-old boy on YouTube's made a Lego trailer when the first trailer came out for Across the Spiderverse. And
was it Across the Spiderverse?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. I thought it came
out in January, I think, and then they reached out to the kid, the directors and stuff, and were like, hey, come animate a scene for the movie.
That's not just one scene. That's like the whole Lego portion.
Yeah, I think he did the whole Lego portion.
Which is insane.
And he said The kid said that he did it all over spring break.
That's insane.
But that's so cool.
Like, okay. One of my favorite little things about the Spider or the Lego stuff is that they just, whoever is voice acting what does like the sound effects for whatever they're doing.
Mm-hmm, like the little beep boop boop boop.
yeah, like all the boop 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 boop. And
that got Dad giggling.
Like I also love like whenever people are like shooting, it's just pew 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 pew.
It's so good.
And did they do that in this movie?
I can't remember. I don't think so. I think it's only him like calling Miguel on his watch, and he's just doing like the boop 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 boop.
Boop boop.
Also, someone's like, dude, this Spider-Man takes his job seriously because he changed out of his uniform into his Spider-Man suit just to call Miguel, and that's it.
I didn't even think about that.
I also love how all the J. Jonah Jamesons and all the universes so far that they've shown in like this movie, they're all J.K. Simmons.
Are they? I knew at least 2 of them were. I didn't know if all of them were.
They just reused audio from the Raimi Spider-Mans for Lego Spider-Man's one.
That makes sense.
No, get out of here. You're fired.
Who could ever replace J.K. Simmons?
I don't know.
Unless they did like a gender bend or like a race. Do they call it race bend? That sounds off.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like when instead of being a man, it's a woman, or instead of being white, it's black. It's there.
Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure anyone can be J.K. Simmons. Or nope, not J.K. Simmons. J. Jonah Jameson.
No, not anybody. I know that.
If they try hard enough, they can.
No, J.K. Simmons really brought such an energy to J. Jonah Jameson. It's so hard. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, in the Spider-Man games, I don't think I'm pretty sure it's not.
No, it's not
J.K. Simmons, but yeah. Yeah.
He's so perfect.
Mm-hmm. It is great. Something I didn't really like, I don't know. I know when you're given the opportunity going into multiverse stuff, you gotta feed the fans what some people want to see. Like, I thought it was a little much seeing Donald Glover as Prowler.
No, he deserved to be in the movie. He did so much for Miles Morales as like just a character as a whole. He deserved to be in the movie.
But like, okay.
I wish they did. I will say, I wish they didn't make him like just live action, like doing like a whole Roger Rabbit kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they just animated them to look like just making an animated Donald Glover.
Yeah.
And having him voice it too, and just recreating those scenes from like the other movies.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, but like, I don't know. I just thought it was a little much at one point where it's just like Spider-Man from Spider-Man PS4, Spider-Man from the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon, like, and you got like you had like 2 or 3 different animated shows. You had your Tobey Maguire. You had your Andrew Garfield.
No Tom Holland.
Yeah. Screw you, Tom Holland.
I thought they showed.
They don't show him. Miguel just says, "Yeah, and don't get me started on that little nerd, that wizard guy."
I thought
that was it.
They showed there's that one scene where it's like showing like a bunch of like clips from different movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like when they're talking about like when Miguel's like saying like it. Oh, what does he say? It's like you can't fix it. Like it's always gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
and it shows like scenes from like different movies. Like, and it's like Uncle Ben always has to die.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like something that always happens. I thought it showed Tom Holland in that part.
Oh.
I've only seen it once, so I can't remember.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying, like, I don't know. I think the problem with these multiverse movies is, like, sure, you need to have these moments of, like doing fan service.
Yeah. Well, I think that's also just with Spider-Man in general, because there's been so many Spider-Man, I don't know, but there's just been a lot of them where it's like you have to like reference all of them basically.
Yeah.
Or like there's always just gonna be one person that's gonna be like, hey, well, how come this Spider-Man didn't show up? He's my favorite one.
And then you just be like, hey, screw you, little kid.
Screw you, 5-year-old. Everyone hates you. No one cares about your Spider-Man.
Thanks, Kevin Feige. You hate 5-year-olds. I know he wasn't really involved in this. But,
I do like the backstory. I know, like, especially for this one, with, like, the main story of this one. But I think it's going to be, like, all 3 of the movies. Or, like, it can. But...
What?
Hold on!
Okay.
So, basically the story of how Miles Morales was created was when they were making Amazing Spider-Man. Donald Glover was gonna, like, he auditioned to be Spider-Man. But then people were, like, getting mad and just being like, Peter Parker can't be black, what the heck? So then Andrew Garfield got it. And then they were like, hey, we should make a black Spider-Man. So then they made Miles Morales. And that's why he showed up in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
And he's Uncle Aaron. And that's why he's in this one too. And that's why there was also like a scene of him in Community in like his Spider-Man outfit in the first Spider-Verse movie.
Mm.
He's like just in the background like TV screen at like Uncle Aaron's house.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about that scene. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's just like a quick glance.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole movie is just talking about like how when Miles Morales first came out in like comics, people were like, yeah, he's not my Spider-Man, like he can't be Spider-Man, he's not Peter Parker. So that's just basically the whole thing of like the first one's like anyone can be Spider-Man, like it's not just Peter Parker, anyone can wear the mask and everyone has potential. And then this one's like
it's
a
reflection of what happened when
it's like challenging, not challenging, but just saying like, yeah.
Like, can Miles Morales be Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like,
it's making him second guess himself, like challenging the first movie's like message, I guess.
I do. Well, yeah, I like that a lot,
Mm-hmm.
But I also like that it is that reflection of like, yeah, all these everybody knows Spider-Man, and then all these like everybody or the majority dislikes and basically disowns Miles Morales because he's not Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to talk about like Gwen Stacy or like whatever her name is who's pregnant, or like Miguel O'Hara, or
that's the interesting thing
I know.
Though is that so Miguel and is it Jessica or just Jess?
I think it might be Jessica.
Yeah, but those two.
I want to say Jessica Jones, but it's not Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones is a completely different character.
Yeah. But those two, and also Ben Reilly, those three, like, just the main ones at, like, the end of the movie.
Yeah, the three antagonists that were hunting him.
So those three weren't bitten by a spider.
Yeah.
Like, so that, Like, it just, like, adds a whole nother thing where it's like, y'all are being hypocrites because you guys are just being like, yeah, Miles, you can't beat Spider-Man because you're not like the other ones. When it's like, but you guys, wait a minute.
What about Peter B. Porker? Peter B. Porker should be in that group, Spider-Ham. Because he was a spider bitten by a radioactive pig.
Yeah, but they didn't.
So why isn't he in that group?
Because they didn't invite him or Noir into the party. They only invited Penny. Huh? What?
Wait.
You're looking confused, so I'm like,
Yeah,
what
I'm
are
like,
you
what?
confused about?
I'm like, wait, Penny was invited into what?
Into the Spiderverse.
Spiderverse.
Yeah, the Spider Society.
No, Spider-Man Noir was there.
What? No, like at the very end.
Yeah, but you don't need to show everybody. They just didn't like Miles Morales because Miles Morales is what do they call it, an anomaly? Because he's not actually he's two universes. Like he's a Spider-Man from a different
universe.
He got bitten by a spider from a different universe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
that whole end scene is so good.
a little too long, but yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, but it's still good though. Like I sit here and I'm like, I don't know where I would have stopped it because then there's too much good to add on, and I do appreciate how there's no end credits scene. It's just like, okay, cool, just get it over right now, please.
Yeah. Something I did notice and that people talked about online was that like Miles Morales in this new universe is like because Miles' dad died, like Miles has more of like a like what is it? Is he Puerto Rican or Dominican? Because I know he says one joke saying like
they're Puerto Rican.
Yeah, they're Puerto Rican.
Yeah, because he makes the joke of like, because his mom's like, yeah, I heard the new Spider-Man's Puerto Rican. He's like, I've heard he's more Dominican.
Yeah, yeah. But like, anyways, he like this alternate universe Miles has more of like instead of saying I'm Miles Morales, it's like I was about to just attempt it, but I got scared and nervous. I can't roll my R's. It's like I'm Miles Morales. That's not a good impersonation of him. He just says it.
Yeah, it's because he was raised by his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was still raised by his mom.
Well, just his mom.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But yeah.
People have been saying like for the next one. So I'm like, ooh, I'm excited for the next one, but then I don't want to get my hopes up for anything. But someone was like, there's a meme of like, yeah, you brought the wrong person to go see the movie, and they're like, oh, yeah, what do you think's gonna happen in the next one? And the guy's like, I hope he's wrong. I hope Miles is wrong and his universe just explodes. And the other guy's like, what? No. It was just terrible. Because the guy's like, yeah, I hope his dad dies, and I hope just everything bad happens to him, and he's wrong. It's like, no! And I sit here and I'm like, ooh, that would be kind of fun.
Okay,
I'm very interested in what happens, and I feel like I can't be too mad about anything in this one, because it's like, I haven't seen the full story yet.
I know.
The third one hasn't come out, so I can't be like, this story sucks, or like, no, this cliffhanger's the worst. Because I feel like there's been a lot of people being like, because I remember the first time I saw it, there was like a group of guys behind us, and they were like, that sucked, and it was like, what do you mean? It's hyping up for the next one.
Well, a lot of people, like, when it was, people only knew about it being, like, this, like, I don't know.
Like a trio of movies?
Like, a trilogy.
Yeah.
People, like, it was only announced as a trilogy, like, yeah, it was only announced as one, and then, like, it just all of a sudden was, like, rebranded and not, like, nobody talked about Beyond the Spider-Verse after that announcement. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people
didn't know,
forgot about, like, or didn't even know about it being a two-parter of these two movies.
Yeah.
And yeah. But yeah, I can understand that. Okay, I think we need to talk about one of the greatest characters in, like, I don't know. I was excited for this character because I didn't see a lot of like advertisements for it because I don't know. I feel like sometimes if I don't think about movies or like advertising for movies, I just end up not watching it. But if I think about it a lot, like Spider-Man No Way Home, I watched like every single thing, even though I'm like, I'm not going to watch anything, and then it just stumbled across my feed.
Yeah.
But with Spider-Verse, I was like, oh, I want to watch this, but I'm not going to like, I didn't really like think about like, oh, watching like the trailers. It just never popped up.
Yeah.
But I was excited about Spot, and so I looked more into what Spot was, and basically
he's super interesting.
Like his whole intro is basically the same way of like when you first meet Spot is how you meet Spot in the comics, but it's Peter Parker instead of Miles.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's like Spot doesn't like never had a name or anything. He was just like, I'm gonna steal money from this gas station, and Peter just comes up. He's like, so what do they call you or whatever? Like, are you like a cow, a Dalmatian? What are you? And he's like, I am the Spot, and it's just like, really, you didn't think about your name at all? You came up with
terrible.
Spot, and he's like, come on, man, and it was just.
I'm trying my best.
It's so funny. And like his whole thing is great, and I love the voice actor for it. And I've said his name plenty of times, and his name is disappearing from me right now.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
He's G-Man, Gideon Graves from Scott Pilgrim. He was my pick for Scarecrow in our DC Legion of Doom.
Yeah. Or Riddler. One of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
And he's in a lot of what's his name?
He's in the new Wes Anderson movie.
He's in a lot of Wes Anderson movies.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's like in Fantastic Mr. Fox and Isle of Dogs.
Okay.
Sure, there's other ones, but those two I'm like, oh, I know for sure he's in those ones.
But I loved his like all the little animated sequences with him, like when I don't know, like it's all super scribbly and whatever, but it looks so cool.
Well, I also love just his design too, like because with drawing, there's like circles that you do to like lay out like it's just a skeleton, but like the artist's like skeleton. Yeah. So you can see like circles for all of like his joints and like all that stuff. It's so fun. I love it.
He's fun.
Everyone looks so good in this movie. I love all the styles.
Yeah. Anything else we want to say before we go into the next movie? We've gone through a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I recommend go see it. Should we move on to Flash? Flash, 100-yard dash?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, everybody. We went from one multiverse to another, baby. We're in the DC universe. We are in The Flash. Fellas, quick recap of Flash.
The Flash goes back in time to save his mom. And he does it.
And then he faces the repercussions of that.
Yeah. That's the movie.
Yeah. There's Batman, there's Supergirl, there's Flash again, there's Flash again, and there's Flash's mom, there's Flash's dad, there's Flash's dad again, Flash's mom not there, Batman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Alfred, General Zod. Oh yeah, Batman again. I think at least one more Batman, Adam West.
Yeah, Batman again.
And another Superman.
We got Nicolas Cage Superman. We got
Dude.
like 3 different Supermans.
Dude, Nick Cage Superman.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Dude.
We're gonna get into the most hype scene of the summer.
Dude, you say.
Okay, no, we'll get to it.
No, with you saying, oh yeah, with Spider-Man, I hate how they have to show all of the shows, but then it's like, we have to show Nick Cage. You gotta.
I mean, you didn't have to, but that's one of those things I think now I see from the other point of view, because I was like, yeah, I don't really know Amazing Spider-Man with Drake Bell or whatever, or the like I don't really remember the Spider-Man TV shows.
Oh.
I didn't really watch them, so I had no connection with them, while other people did.
I just want to know what goes through people's heads that like don't know that Nick Cage was gonna be Superman, and they just see him as like they see him and they're like, is that Nick Cage? What?
Okay, yeah, I guess we're gonna get into this already. But like, yeah, that's what, it's not just a niche Superman thing, but it's like a behind the scenes of a movie project that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Of Superman.
Yeah.
Like,
because that was gonna happen around. Was that around Christopher Nolan's Batman, or was that Schumacher's?
I think it was after Schumacher.
I think it
was in between them.
Oh, okay.
Because
I thought this.
Because I think it was like early 2000s. Because I think Batman Begins was like 2005.
Yeah, something like that.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Educated guess.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there.
But yeah. I guess we don't need to talk about that Nick Cage scene anymore. But
how come we didn't see any other Batmans? Because there's only
What do you mean? We saw 3 whole Batmans.
But what about Robert Pattinson?
4 Batmans.
Wait. We got Batfleck. We got Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Adam West.
That's it.
And then George Clooney.
Oh yeah, George Clooney.
Yeah, Sam, the best part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
I think it kind of sucks they couldn't get Christian Bale, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, for me, that would be like in No Way Home if they didn't get Tobey Maguire, but they only got Andrew Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like,
yeah, that would have
he's
sucked,
one of the
though.
bigger ones, I feel like, and it's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's actually something that I think about. I think about that on the daily. They should have brought Val Kilmer. They should have brought. They should have brought.
He wouldn't have been able to do much, though.
He would have done about as much as Nicolas Cage.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just have him be animated.
Just a CB garb fest.
Ugh. I hate it, but then I'm also like, oh, I don't really mind it, because it's like, how else are you supposed to make it look good when it's just a kaleidoscope? Like, all the scenes where it's like, look at me, I'm running back in time, and like, it all like, doesn't look good, but I feel like it looks better than like, the beginning baby scene where there's like, some stuff that looks very realistic next to these babies that look disgusting.
Okay.
But I feel like that adds to the humor of it, too.
Like, okay, I went into this movie because I'm like, there's no way that Flash is going to continue on. Like, they're not going to continue with Flash. Flash is, like, Ezra Miller, gone.
Yeah, as far as we know.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
Get rid of him.
They threw him
He just went to jail.
Yeah, he went to George Clooney jail.
Oh.
But I don't know. Okay.
I sit here like, though, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I love how everyone's like, this is the best movie ever. Wow.
I had a lot of fun with the movie.
It was fun, but it wasn't like Tom Cruise walking out of the movie being like, this is the best movie of the year.
But Amy, it's because there's a lot of running in that movie. Tom Cruise likes his running scenes.
Yeah. Even though
95%
it's the worst
of his
looking running I've ever seen.
You don't like the floppy arms?
Yeah, I hate just the slow running with the fast background and just goofy looking. I don't like
I like it more than the Flash TV show. Where he's like, you know.
Was that the chair?
Yeah. It was the metal part of it was like one of the buttons on my.
Oh.
It was one of the button. It was like one of the metal parts of my pants.
I thought your pants
I should check at least.
decided to snag your pants.
But like I don't know. I don't like the.
I don't know how
the
to,
TV
I don't know
show
how to make
Flash
it look
is
good.
like. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how you'd make it look good, but I also can't think of any live action speedster stuff that's not just like, we're gonna freeze everything and then just have the guy just be like, duh, I'm here now. Oh, I'm right here. Duh, here. Like,
Just do like
Quicksilver.
SpongeBob. Just don't have anything happen. Just be like, want to see me go to that mountain and back? Want to see me do it again?
So good.
Why didn't they have that kind of reference?
Because they hate us. They said F them, Joes.
Okay, guys. Something. Okay, guys. This movie could have been so good. This movie could have actually been genuinely like so good.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna buy this movie. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm gonna buy this movie, but I'm
Yeah.
also planning on buying all the other DCEU garbage. So it's just a collection. It's just a collection.
DC run.
No, I just want it as a collection.
Ah.
I'm sort of like a superhero nerd kind of guy.
Whoa.
I love my superhero movies.
Whoa.
I haven't seen all of them, but I will
Eventually.
eventually. What's it called?
Flash.
I had a thought, and I was just it as the Flash does. He just ran away from it. He just ran away from me.
Booked it.
It hoofed it. It hoofed and booked
Wow.
and blew the house down.
Nice.
Guys, I haven't laughed so hard in a movie before. Okay, so we're gonna say there's Flash and then young Flash. We're gonna say that. Let's keep it as a normal.
The scene where like
Okay, no, don't.
no, please.
No,
the introduction of him.
No.
Just through the window and his horrified look like, oh no! And, like the camera turns and it's just dorky young Flash being like, woo! Knocking over a trash can. It's so good. He's a menace.
About that.
He's a menace.
He sounds like the surfer dude from SpongeBob. Like, oh,
He made me experience high tides. Oh, dude, it's getting hot in here. I'm feeling it.
Okay, guys, I saw a lot of people, like, there were so many people that are like, I hated Young Flash. Young Flash was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He was annoying. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
But he is so funny. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's
He's you, but young.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can relate.
Yeah. How else are you supposed to make somebody that looks basically the same as you, but make him feel younger? You make him immature.
And
you
annoying.
You make him have no lack of you make him have a lack of responsibility and just have him be unhinged and laugh at everything that's stupid.
I hate it, but it's so good.
So, like, okay, I loved, like, I thought it was interesting that, like, you sort of saw, like, bits and pieces of the Flash, like, origin story, but sort of, like, have it, like, flipped on its head. because you have like Flash. Like Flash's story is that he was working in this like lab, and he gets struck by lightning, and he gets the powers mixed with these chemicals. And so Barry Allen, the Flash, not the young Flash,
Flash,
the Flash is like, yo, we need to take you over here. And he's like, what? Like, we gotta take you to this lab, and you gotta be working on this stuff, and you gotta get struck by lightning with all these chemicals right here. He's like, I gotta get struck by lightning? Like,
I got a what?
I got a what? And I don't know. I thought it was just fun that you sort of see like an aspect, like you basically get an idea in your head of like what's going on in the Flash like origin story. But then you see it like relived and like in like a new different way through the young Flash. And I don't know. And I don't know. I like seeing the scenes in those origin superhero movies. It's a cliche thing where they just like randomly figure like they stumble across their powers, so they do all the things that they could never do without these powers, and like he's just sprinting through the city stealing people's pizzas and butt naked in the middle of the road and running into people, and it's fun.
Him figuring out how to speed through all the atoms.
Yeah, him actually getting naked in front of their downstairs neighbors, the Johansons. Now he has to move out, and it's super funny. But yeah, guys, can I tell you my absolute favorite scene?
No.
Okay. Do you guys remember a part where they're going to young Flash's apartment, and then young Flash has all of his roommates, and they're talking about Back to the Future, and they're like, yeah, the movie with Michael J. Fox, and they're like, what? No, it was played by this guy. And they're like, yeah, no, Michael J. Fox was in Footloose. He's like, no, Footloose had Kevin Bacon in it. He's like, no, Kevin Bacon's in that movie with the airplanes. He's like, what? He's in Top Gun? It's like, that's Tom Cruise. And it's like, Tom Cruise was like something else. I can't remember what they said Tom Cruise was in. I don't think they said it.
That's probably like Tom Cruise liked the movie.
Because they referenced him.
My name!
They referenced me. But I don't know.
That was pretty good.
Just every little detail about the scene, the leg tattoo, and he's just like, the leg tattoo's upside down. He's like, how about now? And he like lifts up his leg.
I also love just the other roommate that's just like playing the keyboard.
Yeah.
And you just kind of sit there like, is that part of the scene or is it part of the soundtrack? And then finally Flash is like, just stop! Just getting fed up with all of them.
Yeah. And like that was like one of the most it gave me the same vibes as Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where they're in that random like bat family's house, and
Drax, you do not lay on it. That's for multiple people. But why is it made like this? It's perfect for laying down.
Like it's just unhinged humor, and it's so great.
It's just real.
I know.
It's just a real conversation that would actually happen.
No, it's something that's like, it's such a like it's that idea of everybody bickering over the stupidest things and like having the biggest miscommunication.
Yeah.
Amy, how do you feel about Michael Keaton?
I liked him.
Because that was the guy you grew up on, Amy.
I know. He is my boy. I prefer Val Kilmer.
Amy,
shoot!
I didn't know. I don't know why that just came out.
Wow.
Man, sorry.
It makes me sad because people have been talking about how Michael Keaton was totally down to do like a Batman Beyond movie. Mm-hmm. And he would be old Bruce Wayne. But then other people are like, it's not going to happen because Flash sucked.
No, I could...
So it's like, please, let it happen.
They could totally still do it.
They could.
People act like they mess up on one thing and can't continue on with it, you know?
Dude, it's Michael Keaton. He can do whatever the heck he wants.
Yeah, and there's a huge fan base for it. They can't be, like... Everybody
Just because it pisses you off one person doesn't mean it pisses off the rest of us.
Yeah, well... It's not accurate because Michael Keaton Batman is actually, like... He's actually dead, you know? He's
not a real Batman because he kills people. Yeah, and a lot of other Batmans do it too.
The first Batman kills the Joker.
Yeah, and he blows up one of Penguin's goons. He straps TNT on him, and the guy's like, "Whoa, duh," and he just does a little smile and kicks him down a hole. He lights a guy in a devil costume on fire. He's like, loser. Dude, Michael Keaton kills so many people. It's great.
Well, he doesn't say that he's not going to kill people.
Yeah, because Tim Burton didn't know that much about Batman.
That's fair.
Yeah. He don't care about comics. Even though on The Killing Joke, he's like, best comic book I've ever read. Best Batman story. It's like, yeah, because it's the only one you've read, Goofus.
And it's also the most popular, like, Batman storyline.
Yeah.
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 Probably that or Under the Red Hood. I don't know.
No, Killing Joke is like...
Is it? I think those two are, like, the top two stories. Like, whenever I think of Batman storylines, I always think of those two.
They're definitely on opposite spectrums of the animated movies.
Yeah.
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 So...
Well, I hated him with the long hair. I didn't like Michael Keaton with the long hair.
Yeah.
But also it's like, how else are you supposed to hide the body double? Because literally that whole time he has hair in front of his face.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wait. I'm just glad that he cuts it later on.
I know. That's when you really know that he's Batman.
He's the Batman.
He wants to get nuts. Let's get nuts. Guys, I hated that line when it was first shown in the movie. I hated it as a kid. It was like, this is off-putting. Saw it in the trailer. I'm like, they better not keep this in the movie. You know what? They kept it in the movie. And I think...
You want to know what would have improved it? If
the Joker came in and shot him.
No, if the Flash is like, man, I'm hungry. And he's like, I'm going to run to the store. I'm going to get some snacks. And it's like...
Can't even get out of the gym.
Did you see it from a mile away? And you still let it hit you?
I can't breathe.
It's so hot in here.
Yeah.
Delirious.
You gotta say the line so coherently, please.
I don't think she can. Make yourself laugh so hard.
You have to try to say it. So, I'm Flash. Hey Batman, I'm hungry. I need a snack.
Let's get nuts. They go to the store get nuts. And then the guy from Coke Now is like, that's a lot of nuts. Oh my gosh.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Gave him the finisher.
You know how funny that would be though? If that's how they inserted that scene.
Just still like the dramatic zoom in of him being like, let's get nuts. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude. I'm dying. Ugh.
I need to like puke. I wanna get nuts.
So good.
It's such a bad line.
No, it's perfect.
No, it's so gross.
No. You just gotta accept it, Sam.
I think it's worse than every single Arnold Schwarzenegger line in Batman and Robin.
It's on the same line.
It's on the same.
How come he wasn't in the movie? We needed him.
Yeah, instead of General Zod, it's just Mr. Freeze that destroys the world.
No, it's gonna be in the sequel. Because now they're in George Clooney universe.
Wait a minute.
Dude.
Where the Flash takes on Mr. Freeze and Captain Cold. Oh my
Bro.
gosh. Guys.
James Gunn, you can pay us.
Yeah.
Here's our address. Call me, please. Here's my address. Call me. Thanks. Not getting my number, just the address. Ugh.
We don't even care. You can have what's his name from Breaking Bad as Captain Cold, and Mr. Freeze or Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, and Arnold Schwarzenegger needs some.
Why don't we get the boys? They're Breaking Bad boys.
No, for the George Clooney verse, you have to have Arnold Schwarzenegger.
But my Breaking Bad.
Okay, fine.
My Breaking Bad boys.
Fine. We'll keep it. We can keep the boys as the Robert Pattinson Freeze duo.
Or I was gonna say Heisenberg, but I was like, that's not the actor's name. What the heck is his name?
My dad?
Yeah, my dad. What's his name?
Cranston?
Bryan Cranston. I was like, John Krasinski, and I was like, that is not.
That's Jimbo.
Yeah. My dad, Bryan Cranston. He can just be. He can be his dad, Bryan Cranston. He can just be.
Hey,
Captain
yo,
Cold.
Mr. Dad.
Hey, yo, Mr. White. They can keep it. People are just gonna be like, why is there a Breaking Bad reference in my 2030 movie? What the heck?
Yeah. That'd be... What? They had a Batman reference from the 1980s in here.
Yeah, because there's Michael Keaton.
Okay.
Anyways.
What's some other... Okay. I was a little upset. Okay. I liked Ben Affleck in this movie, guys. I think I've come to a realization. I'm a
Ben
fan
Affleck has always been good as Batman.
I don't know. I think I just couldn't get over... Why'd you say that name? Sorry.
Don't look all disgusted, please.
Sorry for that very aggressive way of saying that.
They just haven't written him right. He looks the part, and he can play the part. They're just not giving it to him.
Yeah.
And I'm pissed. They wasted it. I'm pissed.
Pissed off.
I'm trying to think of who my favorite Batman is. I think this is what this conversation has turned into now.
Yeah. So, when are they going to make a multiverse movie of just Batman?
Okay, have you seen the comic book line of that? I want the issue of this.
Yes, they have Arkham Batman, and he's sitting down like a slut.
He is. He's on a throne.
Let me show you, Hayden.
Have you seen this, Hayden?
Let me find it.
Because they have, like, it's a comic book line of, like, it's like maybe a month old. And, it like goes through all these different like Batmans, like comic book Batman meets all of
I found him.
like comic book Batman
please.
finds all of these different
yeah, look at him. He's ready.
well, he meets up with all these different Batmans. He sees like Adam West. He sees Christian Bale. He sees. I think he sees every single Batman.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson.
And Michael Keaton, get a load of that guy.
Yeah, they have every single Batman.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think it's so sick. I wanna get that comic just to
look at it.
You should find out what it is, and
I'm not gonna find out right now. My phone's at 1%.
I'll split on that comic book with you.
Okay.
But yeah. I don't know. We don't need to answer that question.
I know the answer.
It's
Kevin Conroy. Best Batman.
That's actually a very good point. That's
Best boy.
I am the night. I am Batman.
That's really good.
Thanks. Thanks.
Do we have anything else to say on?
Yes, I have one thing that I want to say.
Okay.
Amy, you like your dads.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this dad?
He's pretty good.
Yeah. I think he was all right.
You forgot tomato sauce.
As dads do.
The big thumbs down for me. Actually, just kidding. It was Mom that forgot. And he went to the store to get it, and that's how we got convicted the martyr.
And proceeds to go to jail.
Come on, man. I was just trying to get tomato sauce for my wife.
Yeah,
she's dead, and you're a liar.
Okay.
You didn't look up at the cameras.
Guys, I loved Flash's mom. Flash's mom was so cute. I loved everything about her, and she's just everything
Sweet
I wanted.
baby.
She was like, man, I really hope my mom doesn't die.
Dude, I cried. Like, all the times where her and original Flash were talking.
Okay.
And
yeah.
The end one where she's...
Yes.
It broke my heart because, like, she didn't know who this guy was.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just, like, basically saying his goodbye. And it was just so sweet that she was like, hey, do you need a hug? Like, it's the most genuine thing ever. And it's like, dude!
I'm surprised that
she doesn't even know.
I am very upset that his supersonic speed didn't just obliterate her as he tried to, like, maneuver around her to go put the tomato sauce away.
Oh.
But yeah. So sad. So sad.
Oh.
I forgot, like, yeah, I didn't tear. I got, like, a little, like, emotional at, like, some points and whatever. But
that
man, yeah, that end little dialogue thing, I was like, man.
That was devastating.
I know. I've become so emotional over the last, like, ever since going on my mission. Like, I've gotten so emotionally attached to stuff. I was this super hardened criminal.
When I was like 20.
No, when I was like, yeah,
19.
When I was about like 18, I up until like 18.
I was a hardened criminal.
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't know. I just got more emotionally attached. Now I cry in movies and it's embarrassing.
That's just how it be sometimes.
I can't watch. What's the movie with the It's the Disney Pixar movie where it's the Day of the Dead.
Oh, Coco.
I can't watch Coco without crying, for some reason.
Baby.
I know.
I think I've also just watched that movie too many times where I'm like, I'm a hardened criminal. I can't cry.
I'm convicted of murder. I can't be emotional anymore.
Let it cry over Soul instead.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oof.
No,
yeah.
Lilo and Stitch makes me cry.
That movie is so sad. Aside from all the sad movies and whatever,
aside from crying.
I'm not crying, you are.
I do like Supergirl.
I thought she was whatever. Everybody was talking about how she's the best part of the whole movie. She is so great.
I wouldn't say she's the best part. I wish I saw more of her. Like, I felt like her character was very basic. But I definitely want to see more. Like, I'm intrigued. And also Henry Cavill was, like, passed down the crown of, like, yes, you did. Good job. I love you. Have fun. Bye. But I hate how she just dies, and it's like, guess we're not having her.
Yep.
Big oof.
Okay,
And there ain't no way that young Barry couldn't save her. Is he just not that good?
No, so that's the whole thing. That's, like...
What's the point of having a multiverse when you can't even have multiverses?
So, like, here's the thing. Like, the whole point is, like, sometimes you can't... Like, this was the whole point of the movie, is, like, what happens is supposed to happen, you know?
Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Quote-unquote Tenet. What happens, happens.
Robert Pattinson said, whatever happens, happens.
Thank you, Batman.
You're welcome.
But yeah, that's like the whole thing. And that you can have all these solutions for all these different scenarios, but like it's not always the solution that is necessary, you know? Like that whole like question where that little example in that little homework assignment that Flash was doing.
Oh, there's not an answer for everything.
Well, no, he had all these. He's like, there's so many solutions to this problem. I can't fit it all on one page. And it's just like, sometimes we just, I don't know.
You can't, like, know all of them, or, like, you can't.
Whatever, like, the whole solution. Like, it's like, you don't need to have every solution or every... Like, you can't have every solution for every problem or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the
gist of the whole movie.
I think that's the gist of every single multiverse movie.
Yeah.
Spider-Man No Way Home. What happens, happens, you know? You can't control that like you can't control that Green Goblin's gonna be bad. You can't control like all these different things. You can't control.
You can't have a good life. I feel like with No Way Home, it was like, you can't have all these good stuff happening. You have to have some bad stuff in it too. Well, I feel like with this one, it was just like, yeah, Kara's gonna die no matter what you do, and it's like, okay, there isn't at least one where she survives.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know.
Or like,
that's my whole thought process of like all these different things. Like, things are designed to happen. Uncle Ben is supposed to die. Mm-hmm. It's so interesting, like going into like
all of like the different ways that the multiverse is explained.
Well, like the whole heroes arc of the Flash movie is the whole villain arc of Into the Spiderverse. Uh-huh. Like that's like Miguel's thing is like everything happens, like certain things happen to certain people and it has to be that way. Like, and that's the same thing with Flash. Flash's mom has to die or he is not the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
And that world is supposed to be destroyed and become the new Krypton or whatever.
I'm sad that they didn't like super delve into it, but then I'm also fine with it. But when both berries first go out and like fight and like that end like fight scene
with the third Flash, or in the battlefield?
In the battlefield.
Okay.
But I like how they call back to
to Barbie. Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
No, I was like, huh?
sorry.
But no, to Justice League, where because both young Barry and original Barry in Justice League, they're both like, duh, this is overwhelming. I don't know what to do, and I feel like I'm just gonna mess everything up. Versus like, yeah, just save one person. Just go one person at a time. Like, mm-hmm. Don't focus on everyone. Just get one person, get them in, get them out, and just do that. And that's what Barry tells young Barry in Flash. And I was like, yeah, good job.
You did it, movie.
I'm so happy.
You did it. Barry Allen learned something. He learned something from Batman, of all people.
Wow.
Amy, was it sad seeing Batman die 3 different times at least.
I mean, I didn't care. I was like, oh, it's probably gonna happen.
Where he just proceeds to kill himself by throwing himself into the
And
ship
it's like all for
nothing.
nothing too.
No, and then, well, he does the same. He does somewhat the same thing where he tries to take down the really big Kryptonian and just gets absolutely massacred.
It's pretty good. It's funny.
I also one thing I do like is young Flash wearing the Batman suit, and
I totally thought he was gonna go back because, like, in Batman vs Superman, there's or is it? I don't know which one, but it shows Barry being like, "Can't trust Superman" or something like that. But like his costume and like how he looks in like the little flashback thing. I'm sorry, I keep smacking the table. But how he looks like with him talking to Bruce and like the dream, whatever it is, it looks
the
like
nightmare sequence. That's what they call it in the movie. I mean, you've never seen this movie.
I know, and I somehow recreated it. But like that, like how he looked in the nightmare sequence looked like how he looked as young Barry in like the Batman costume.
Well,
like with the headphones, like there was like yellow headphones that he had or something. But then they were gone like during the fight, and I was like, oh, okay, bye.
Well, he's just looking like how he did at the end of the Snyder Cut thing, where they go into the future, and you see
I haven't
like
seen that movie in forever.
That's what Flash looks. That's the Flash suit that they're doing.
Dude, the sequence of him just bringing back everything, going back in time in that movie, so good.
I like the music in that bit, but we're not talking about that.
Anyways.
Guys, yeah, we scrapped over. We scratched over like we skipped over such a controversial scene, guys.
Yeah, and it is.
What's your thoughts about putting babies in a microwave, everybody?
Well, I don't want to talk about it.
If it saves the baby, it saves the baby. Am I right, fellas?
Mm-hmm.
And I like how it dinged and it was like, oh wait, yeah, the baby's in the microwave. He opens it up and the baby's fine, but it's still a CG baby.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it.
You can't win them all, I guess.
It's so horrendous. Like,
yeah, because the CG messed them up.
Yeah, that's the excuse.
He's
if you
big.
microwave one baby, the entire baby in the entire group becomes a CG monstrosity.
Yeah. Oof.
They could have cut out that entire baby sequence.
No, but it was so good. You had to hear Alfred be like, "It's a baby shower."
I forgot about that. Oh.
I sat there and I was like, "Go on, say it, one of you, say it. Do it, you won't."
I like how he also did that entire, save the baby sequence and catching the robbers in the same time of making that weird sandwich at that breakfast shop.
Mm-hmm.
That peanut butter raisin honey scrumdiddlyumptious cheese sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what he called it, but
I don't know, man.
yeah. But yeah, let's move on to another movie. It's called Elemental.
Elemental.
Ooh. Guys, sorry. If you like, I don't know.
I feel like this movie's actually good. I feel like there's been a lot of people saying, like, this movie sucks. Or, like, oh yeah, the advertising was not that good. Like, this is a completely different movie. Or, I don't know. I've just seen a lot of complaints, and it's like, what are y'all talking about? It's actually kind of good. What do you mean? What do you mean Pixar's falling off?
I liked it, but I didn't love it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
It's
definitely not the best Pixar, but it's like...
I can go without watching it again.
I'd watch it again. Dude, I am a Wade.
Animation nerd. That's what she is.
Dude. I was gonna cry in the movie theater because there's a part where Wade's like, "You love your dad? I love dads!" And Hayden leaned forward and was just staring at me. I was like,
I was waiting for her to notice. I was looking at her.
I was like, I feel so called out. He's literally me.
Yeah.
So, why was his name Wade?
Because water,
Yeah, like a wave.
like a wade.
What is a wade?
It's a term for.
I thought you was about to say a turd.
Wind.
A turd in the water is a wade.
Oh, I guess should we basic synopsis. Basic synopsis of this one is just like Ember is a flame girl.
She's flaming hot Cheeto.
Yeah, and her family runs a little shop, and they were the first people in Elemental City.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the city's called.
The elemental version of Zootopia.
Yeah. But, I lost my train of thought.
So, she's trying to, like, I don't know,
I got it! I remembered! Movie is just cute love story between a fire girl and a water guy.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl, baby.
Yeah.
Were
That's
you the one that bought the tickets?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I Venmo'd Hayden, I titled it as Shark Boy and Lava Girl Pixar movie.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a love story of being. It's like it was sort of like a Romeo Juliet kind of thing. Like, we can't trust them water people.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved Wade's family though. Just them crying. Just all of them being over emotional.
I hated it.
No, it's so good. I love it.
I did like the mom.
Mm-hmm.
I hated Marco Polo.
No, it's perfect.
I felt okay. Never mind. We can get into that later. Yeah, we'll get into that later. I loved the dad. I loved Ember's dad. Ember's dad was a classic dad. He's like, hey, I own a shop. I'm your dad. My dad's gonna take over. My daughter's gonna take over.
I'm so proud of her.
I sure hope she doesn't date a water guy.
Ooh.
I sure she doesn't kill me.
Meh.
I sure hope she goes on a trip so I can get some hanky-panky going on. That scene, that line, oh my god.
10 out of 10.
No.
It made the movie.
The whole theater gasped.
We all felt so uncomfortable.
No,
It's
It
like
just caught everyone off guard.
I'm so glad you and Wade are gonna go on a trip so me and your wife can do a little hanky-panky, you know? And we're just like, what?
Pixar, no.
Kids are leaning over to their parents being like, can I do a hanky-panky?
They're like, no.
What's a hanky-panky? Is that a cool-looking pancake?
Yep.
Made with a handkerchief? Yep. Why do they have to do it while they're on a cruise? I don't know. Can you do a hanky-panky? No.
Wow.
So weird.
There was a lot of, like, for a Pixar movie, there was a lot of, like, suggestive, like, swearing.
Oh, yeah.
About the
Like,
movie? Like this
yeah.
movie? Oh, yeah.
One thing I noticed is, like, Ember, like, anytime something bad would happen, she would say, oh, flame. Which is, if you think about it, you're like, she just basically, oh.
F, brother.
F in the chat.
And then there's just
So good.
there's the one part where she's like, if you get off your ash, or whatever.
Oh yeah,
And
that
then
one was too close.
Yeah, because everyone that part in the theater, everyone drops like it's just dead silent after
They're
that.
like, they did it! They said the word! My children are gonna suffer! They're gonna be insufferable, that's what...
Yeah.
It's so good, though.
That, like, O-Flame bit, like, happened, like, 5 times throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good, though.
It's like, alright. What are we doing, Pixar? Come on!
Come on! Okay, talking about other uncomfortable stuff, this is what I was gonna say. I felt so uncomfortable when they had, like... When Wade and Ember have, like, finally, like, actually, like... Can actually, like, make contact with each other. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens. And then I just thought about it. I'm like... immediate thought came to my head was like, things are getting steamy up in here. They're getting real steamy. And I'm like, I just threw up in my mouth just thinking about it in the theater. And I'm like, this makes me so uncomfortable for some reason.
It's love!
But I don't know. I just felt like it was just so dang... It just felt so sexual for no apparent reason.
Come on, man. They were just hugging.
It was a little steamy hug. Things are getting a little steamy. Whoa. They were almost doing the hanky-panky. Is that what they're referring to?
No! I do love when...
Do you think when two water people come together, is that called crossing streams? Okay. Wait, guys, there's a lot of uncomfortable stuff that happens. I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah?
There's the two little, like, bush people that are plucking.
They're burning each other.
Yeah.
We're just pruning.
Yeah, and they're just like, ooh. It's like walking past it. It's like driving past like a motel and you see people totally getting it on and they're like, oh.
Sam, it happens sometimes, okay?
Yeah, but I never want to happen again. I never want it to happen.
Yeah.
Why show it on TV? Why are you showing a children's movie?
It's a family movie, not a children's movie. Goofus.
Sorry, my bad.
Just because it's animated doesn't make it a kid's movie, Sam.
Now that you mention it, like, I'm thinking about, like, all the Pixar movies. This has the most sexual tension in any Pixar
I know. It's so gross.
I mean, it is a love story, so it's like...
Yeah.
Like, it's competing with the Bo Peep and Woody sexual tension. Like, I'll put the sheeps away for later. Well, we can, like, do
that
whatever.
That was back when Pixar first started.
He's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but did you know what was happening when you were a kid?
Yeah, I didn't know. But I knew that. I knew that, yeah.
One point in the movie versus, like, every half hour there's something where you're like, ugh.
It wasn't every half hour. It was like every 15 minutes, brother.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of, like, semi-adult stuff in, like, Toy Story. Like, being like, oh, yeah, what I want to call you, Buzz. I can't say in front of preschool toys. Just a bunch of just stuff like that.
I don't remember that line at all.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because I don't
No!
I don't. What movie? Which one is it in?
That's the first one.
In the first one?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember that.
This one just seemed to stick out more.
Yeah.
It was like way more blatant.
I feel like this one is just because it's newer and just like...
It's newer and more edgy and has to be steamy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like just Pixar is kind of going... I don't want to say like an adult route, but like they're also...
Maturing.
Yeah, because I feel like... Because this one... Like someone was saying with Soul how that one, like, this is the first time that the main character is, like, an adult and, like, they're doing, like, adult things.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one's, like, a similar thing. Where it's, like...
I don't know.
Like, it's also an adult doing an adult thing.
Are you saying that Lightning McQueen is not an adult?
Yeah.
Listen. Cars does not count.
He's a car doing car things.
Dude, he calls out Sally having a tramp stamp.
A pinstripe tattoo?
He's like, ooh, what's that? Ooh.
Imagine that movie imagine that movie in live action. Not like
they could have made it live action.
Like,
there's no point of them being cars.
Like Owen Wilson's just a race car driver, and for some
he's just a.
Ew, no.
Just a really gross
CG car. It's yeah.
Oh
Who
man.
knows? They might be doing it sooner or later.
Get Michael Bay in.
Yeah, Michael Bay. Get him in there.
He's like, duh, I'm passing down my mantle of the Transformer movies. And then Disney's like, hey, Michael Bay, do you want to make a live-action Cars movie? He's like, coming out of my deathbed to do this.
I would love to. I would. You know how insane it would be to have Lightning McQueen just get shredded in half by Optimus Prime?
It'd be pretty good.
Yeah. Tow Mater getting hucked into the space by Megatron.
The ultimate crossover.
Shia LaBeouf decking Owen Wilson in the mouth.
Okay, but like if the Cars people, like, would they be Transformers? Or would they just be cars? Or would they be the humans?
I don't know.
Yes.
It doesn't help.
Yeah.
No, it's just them.
No, the
It's
Cars
them being
universe.
Transformers, but there's no, like, Transformer part, like, where they're, like, a robot, human-looking guy. It's just them as a car, and then they transform into their human selves.
Let's. No, this is what happens. So, Cars is like the new Transformers movie is going on. You know, in this new movie, they hear about this place where
Pixar.
where these Decepticons have been able to fuse themselves into
into humans.
Into
no.
humans. Yeah, and
You have seen the second one, I thought. The second Transformers?
it's been years, and I slept through most of it.
Well, that plot you're explaining happens.
Wait, really? Okay, yeah. Okay.
It's really gross. Anyways.
So Lightning McQueen is just a dude. He's Owen Wilson, but then he can just randomly transform into Lightning McQueen, baby.
I hate it.
And then Optimus Prime has to kill him. And that's the movie.
Wow.
And, well, how he kills him is he spray paints his flame, like blue and orange flame design into a red Lightning McQueen style. And he disguises himself as Mac. He's like, hey, buddy! I'm gonna go take you to the...
I hate this.
I'm gonna take you to the Piston Cup! Yeah, they're honking for me out there.
What movie were we talking about?
Elemental.
Oh yeah, Elemental. After that little rant of Optimus Prime killing Lightning McQueen, do we have anything else we want to talk about with the Elemental? I like the. Oh no, you go.
I kind of agree with, like, not necessarily that, like, Pixar is, like, fallen from where they used to be, but it's just, I just feel like this movie just came out too late. Like, the pattern of, like, or the blueprint of Pixar, like, oh, what if this had emotions? What if this had emotions, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it just wasn't executed very well because it's like, it's just elements. It's like, who cares, kind of. But
I think it would be more interesting if it wasn't like Zootopia. It felt a lot like Zootopia. It's like, welcome to this world where all these elements are together. Oh, guess what, guys? Different elements. Can't be together. Oh my gosh.
Well, I watched this guy on YouTube talk about it, and he's just saying, like, it's like the only thing I could think throughout the whole movie is, like, how does this city, like safety violations, like, how does it work? Because, like,
how the heck is OSHA working here?
Because they're, like, in the movie, there's the part where they, like, want to go to the, like, one place that has that flower,
mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, you can't come in here because you're fire. And, like, the movie's trying to portray it as, like, almost
like a racist thing. Yeah.
But it's like, you're physically fire. You can burn down this whole place.
Yeah.
And that's one thing is, like, I don't know who it is exactly. I think it's the producer. But it's like, this movie's, like, based off of somebody's, like, actual...
Oh, it's the director.
Yeah, like, because his story was, he came to America with his family, and they were, like, the first Korean family to, like, settle in the Bronx. And so they, like, built up shop, and because they came, like, a lot more people in that community, like, built around them coming.
Mm-hmm.
But it just doesn't, it's just weirdly translated into, like, physical elements, like, that can actually kill each other versus just, like, people being racist and, like, just because you look different versus, like, physical elements able to destroy each other.
I can't trust Bronx people. I don't know what Bronx... If I move to the Bronx, I think they'd hate me.
Yeah?
Because they're the Bronx.
Yeah. I feel like some stuff worked. Like, there's just a lot of, like, safety stuff with the city in general.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. My thing is, like, I don't know, like... I don't want to say, like, fix it, but just, like, tweaking some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, because, like, the whole thing of, like, oh, yeah, like, there's, like, the water train that, like, just plops water down in Firetown.
Yeah.
Like, something simple like that. Or even, like, the whole flooding stuff. Like, where it's like, oh, we thought we shut that place down years ago, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff was interesting. I think just the... flower thing was like,
well, that's the thing,
like
though.
Another, I
the thing
I don't
is
know how
that
they
it can...
redo it, like, because like that flower was supposed to be like, oh yeah, any element can go see it.
Yeah, exactly, and for some reason, other elements can go in there.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Well, in that same video, he was just saying, like, Zootopia just does it better on, like, how they have, like, certain sections for, like, certain animals. Like, it shows the montage of her on the train, and, like, it shows, like, all the Arctic animals live in this, like, Arctic area, or the desert, all the habitats. But in this, it's just kind of like a mess. Like, all the elements are just thrown in. Like, the biggest thing is, like, that train that just splashes water in water, like Firetown, just haphazardly. And it's like, how does, like, how's that okay?
Mm-hmm. Like, I can
be killing people that way.
Yeah. Well, I can see it just being like the city, like, this is like, because I feel like Zootopia is like, okay, we've, like, made, like, a perfect city for, like, anyone to be here, and, like, nothing bad's gonna happen, like, environment-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think just, like, the Element City is, like, still, like, probably tweaking stuff out, or it's like, oh, yeah, like, oh, there's not that many fire people here, so we probably don't need to worry about that stuff, and just, like... And I feel like fire's the only one that, like, fire and water, I feel like, are the only ones that affect one another. Or, like, fire's, like, most effective with the rest of them, and same with water.
Mm-hmm. Well, like, I can't remember if they had some, like, beginning of Black Panther thing where they're like, there was this city, it was all water. Then the earth people came in, then the air people came in, and there was no room for the fire people or whatever. And
they did something like that.
They are in the city hall, and it, like, shows murals of, like, every phase. It said phase 1, 2, 3. I don't remember.
They don't show any fire.
I think it was. It's
was
like
one-
water first, and then I think water, then earth, and then air. And,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or earth, then
Or
water, then
whatever.
air. Something.
It's whatever.
But
But
yeah,
like,
that was like the very beginning when the parents first got there.
mm-hmm. And that could be the whole thing. It's like, oh, all these people had to adjust to these new elements coming in and whatever, and like, I don't know, it could be harder for the community to adjust around the fire people, and they do at the end. They do at some point, and there are some issues. They're like, oh, we haven't actually fixed everything, and that's an issue and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, they could have executed this better.
Mm-hmm.
I
I hope that there's like maybe like a TV show. Like I feel like that could be good. I don't know how much of a sequel I'd want to see or like
I
what would
don't want to
happen.
see. I think
Like,
I'm
I'm
done
more-
with that. I think I could live without it.
I mean, I'm just intrigued. I don't know. I feel like we didn't really get to see any other elemental people other than fire and water.
Well, that was the whole point. It's the opposites.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's
you
like
saw our guy, Claude or whatever.
he's only in the movie for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Did you know that people would like freak out, be like, "Dude, he's the guy from the," like whenever like there would be like people in like the theater, like not in our theater, but like, I guess there like people got upset because there'd be these jokester kids, you know, they're going in there, laughing, being like, "Yo, it's him! It's Claude from the advertisement! Oh my gosh! Oh, dude, he pulled out his armpit hair and he's like, 'Here, my queen,' and then gets absolutely flamed. He's dead."
Yeah.
Yeah, like people were like freaking out about it, I guess, and
Nice.
yeah. There's that random row of kids that were just like,
Trying to make
He's
banger
like-
jokes.
he's like, "Riz, bro. W Riz. Riz, bro. Water Riz." And it was funny the first time.
It was only funny like once, and that was like in the middle of the movie after they've been making jokes like the whole time.
Yeah. I wonder how the people like next to him, because I noticed them like look over and like sort of, I don't know, they would like look over at him.
Yeah.
The couple in front of us who were getting very cozy, thought those kids were funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what else do we want to say about this? Oh, I was gonna say one thing. I like the glass blowing thing. That whole.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing that just in general, and I thought it was fun that they added that in there. And that there's a job out there for you, Amber.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go to school for that now.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Go
next
intern.
movie, come to find out, she dies.
Whoa. Okay, freaking Wade dying. I sat there and I was like,
I
dude, now he's
forgot
gonna
about
be
this.
now he's gonna be an air person because he evaporated. Now he's one of
That
the
would
air
have been
people.
interesting.
That's what I thought, and then no, he was like,
Then-
you guys need to get your chimney cleaned, something. I don't
Then
know.
how does his dad die? Because how does water die?
He got sucked into a
He just turned into
sponge
an
just
air
like his
person.
dad.
And technically, the air people are just water people.
No, he just got slurped up by some human.
Because clouds are just water.
Yeah.
It's
No.
not real air. They're just water.
How did it say how his dad died?
No,
No.
he just said his dad died.
Yeah, he
Like,
got
I love
slurped
my
up by
dad.
they got slurped up by the big people, and the big people were actually just humans, and that's how his dad died. Got slurped
Wow.
up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or they just turn into the cloud people and they just forget everything.
Bro,
And
that
it's-
would be. The cloud
See,
people are
this
just
is why I want a
dementia.
show.
Cloud
It's like, how
people
do
are
these
just
people
people
work?
with amnesia.
They can make more element stuff, dude.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next movie? We're getting
Yeah.
pretty into it.
Yeah.
So, guys,
The last movie.
it's a movie, everybody. It was a movie I was actually quite pumped for when I heard that they were going to make one. And then as it was drawing closer and closer, I'm like, man, this is going to be a heaping pile of garbage. And then I watched it, and I was like, okay, this is a movie. That movie is Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny.
Oh, baby.
It is hopefully the final Indiana Jones.
At least with Harrison Ford.
I think they should just be done with it.
They could have brought the short round. He could have continued the saga.
No, he's old too. He's not going to do
anything. Not that old.
He's
the same age as Indy in the first one.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think he's too old. He looks too old to start his own franchise, and I don't think he wants to start his own franchise.
Do it.
I don't think he wants to.
He could if he believed in himself.
I think he could if he wanted to, but I don't think he will.
I'm surprised he wasn't in the movie. I feel like with all the press and stuff, I was surprised.
Well,
I feel like when they were doing the movie, it was before Everything Everywhere, or even like both of the.
He was supposed to be.
Stuff were
He's
happening.
supposed to be in some. He's supposed to be in some Marvel thing. I think it was when they were talking about Fantastic Four, and I think he's supposed to be in it.
I don't know.
I think I'll do a quick little rundown of Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny.
Okay.
Indiana Jones, he's old, but like at the beginning of the movie, he's young, but he's like
first 30 minutes. It's like a
flashback. It's a lot. He's CGI.
Okay, for the most part, it didn't look that bad.
It's just his
I thought
voice.
It was worse.
Yeah.
For me,
he
it was
did
his
sound
old
older.
man voice with the young face is off-putting.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into that in a second, but yeah, Indiana Jones, he's fighting off Nazis. He hates those Nazis. He was digging through this place. He has like this little dial of destiny, you know.
No, they were going after a knife at first.
They're going after the lance. Yeah, that's right. They're going after the lance that like drew the blood of Christ or whatever. And
it's a fake.
Yeah, they come to find out it's fake and whatever. And they're on this train thing and
okay, the device that's basically the whole movie. Is that the same one from Uncharted?
No, completely different thing.
Okay. Because at first when you said it, I was like, oh, dude, really? That's the same thing? That's pretty sick, dude.
Gotcha.
They just made it pranked.
Gotcha, loser. But yeah, this I can't remember what they call it. It's some weird word that starts with an A.
Archimedes dial.
Oh yeah, Archimedes dial.
Yeah, it just has
there's
a
another
fancy name.
There's a fancy name. But I forgot that was Archimedes.
It's funny because I'd sit here and I'm like, the only Archimedes I can think of is the Disney's Sword in the Stone, the owl. That's his name.
Yeah.
Even though he's named after the Archimedes that they're talking about in this movie.
Is that the one that I'm thinking of, like Archimedes, like quoting like it's some bird?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can only think of Arthur being like, Archimedes, help! He's like dying. Merlin's not doing anything to help him.
He's
it's
flirting
just Archimedes that's helping him.
He's
like, I got you, buddy.
Is he the one that's flirting with some fish? I know. There's a squirrel that's flirting it up with Arthur.
Oh, there's also a squirrel flirting it up with him too.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Never mind. I was just trying to stray away from it because I'm like, I know what Arthur got flirted up with.
Yeah,
got rizzed up by some squirrel.
Yeah, because both Merlin and Arthur turn into fish, then squirrels, and then Arthur just becomes a bird, and he's like, Archimedes, you can teach him how to fly, for some reason. And then he gets attacked by Madame Mim.
Okay.
The Madame Mim.
Let's
yeah,
anyways.
Get to this.
Come to find out, they're looking for Archimedes' dial. Archimedes' dial is like broken up into pieces because I don't know.
That's how
it explains it like 2 or 3 times and I forgot. That's like the MacGuffin? Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
It's the MacGuffin of the movie. Everybody's on the run for that.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, flash forward. Guy gets close. Sorry, before a flash forward sequence, there's this guy who's like, "I love this Archimedes dial.
It's
Let's give it to
Mads.
the Führer, the Führer, the Führer, the Flism, the Führer.
The Führer.
Yeah, the Führer.
Führer.
Yeah, give it to Hitler. That's what I'm saying.
Give it to him. He'll like it. I promise.
He doesn't care about the stupid stabby stab knife, especially if it's a fake. Give him the dial of destiny, yo. And
We only got half of it though.
yeah, we only got half of it. And basically, Indiana Jones steals it from the mathematician dude. Mathematician dude is like climbing on this train. Train proceeds to clothesline him. Doesn't die for some reason.
Train just decks him off.
Yeah. He just Bucky Barnes him straight off the train.
Okay, why just the intro to it? It was just Captain America. The
Yeah,
intro was just
That's
Captain
true.
I know.
America. When they amassed him up, it's like, Amy, I'm like, Steve Rogers!
Imagine. You know, it'd be even crazier if they just died. Oh my gosh, what's his name? Actor for Captain America, Chris Evans.
Yeah.
They dye Chris Evans' hair blonde, and he's a Nazi in that sequence. You know how funny that would
That'd be iconic.
It would be wild. Okay, but yeah, flash forward to like
It's
So-
like moon landings. It's like-
69.
yeah,
okay.
yeah, to the
That's
moon
it.
landing.
I was like, it's 60s or 70s. I
Um,
got it. I got both right. It's a yes. Please.
come to find out, Indiana Jones is still teaching. He retires that day from the university. Very sad, I guess. And he's given a clock. He gives the clock to a homeless man and walks across the street.
You just don't care.
Yeah. He goes to the bar, meets up with this chick. This chick was also in the class.
Yeah, she was the only one answering questions.
Yeah, and for some reason Indiana Jones doesn't remember who she is, but it's his goddaughter, Helen.
Seen her since she was like 10,
Yeah.
12.
Same difference.
12, 10, 12.
10, 12, 10, 12.
And her dad is a guy that helped him back in the flashback that
also-
we forgot.
What's his face from Captain America?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Zemo, but that's not his name.
Ernan Zola.
Zola, yeah.
Dr. Zola.
Dr. Zola.
He's the man that has his brain in a computer, but not anymore. He blew up.
He blew up the city!
Blew up in the smithereens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And it's just, Helena? Is it Helena?
Mm-hmm. Something like
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Helena. Or Helena. Something. Tomato.
Female.
Not Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, not Shia LaBeouf was. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call her. Not Shia LaBeouf. I'm into that idea. So not Shia LaBeouf was like, hey, I'm gonna take this thing, sell it on the black market for money. That's her whole thing, and I think that's absolutely wild. And
Okay, in the trailers, because I don't know why I didn't connect that Zola and her were related, but one line that she says in the trailer is like, "It's called capitalism," and I was like, she's the daughter of the guy from the fourth movie, because his whole thing was capitalism, baby.
Yeah.
And he dies. I'm
Mac.
pretty sure. Yeah, Mac, and I kept sitting there like, yeah, mac and cheese. Haha, funny joke.
Okay, and let me just finish this, then we can get straight into it, fellas. Come to find out, yeah, after she's like, she takes the thing, goes to another place to where her ex-boyfriend or fiance is there, and tries to sell thing on the black market.
Ex-boyfriend is the son of the...
Like a big mob boss of
Yeah.
the city. But there's also Indiana Jones follows her there, tries to steal it back, but guess what? Mathematician German dude that was hucked off the plane, Bucky Barnes, is back into play, baby.
Are we gonna call him Bucky Barnes?
Yeah, we'll call him Bucky Barnes. And
Would he be the Winter Soldier now?
No, he's Bucky Barnes. I like Bucky Barnes. Bucky Barnes. And he's like, I'm a bad guy. Give me that. I'm stealing that. And he's
I'm only a bad guy in everything that I'm in.
Yeah. No, he was a good guy. I think in whatever Star Wars movie he was good in Rogue One. I think he was in Rogue One.
I forgot he was in Rogue One.
He was the dad in Rogue One. Good dad. Good dad.
Good dad.
Very good dad.
I only know him because he's Hannibal Lecter in a show
Called Hannibal Lecter.
called Hannibal.
With Hannibal Buress.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't remember. I can't wait for that multiverse movie where Hannibal Buress and all the different Hannibal Lecters come in and they're like, I'm gonna feast on your bones, and Hannibal's like, guys, this is crazy. Where's Eric Andre at?
Oh my gosh.
It's just, I know what you did.
Well, he's also not Grindelwald in the new Harry Potter.
Oh.
He's not Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's continue. Sorry,
Anyways.
we need to get through this. Yeah. They all try to steal the thing from each other, and there's like a chase and whatever. There's a guy who's really big who I really like. We'll get to him in a second.
I was gonna skip way far into the movie.
Yeah,
so we're good.
There's
Big Man is pretty good.
Yeah, we can get to him later. There's a kid who, for some reason, is messing with flight controls when you first see him, so you know that he can fly a plane later on in the movie.
I totally forgot about that.
And
I sat there and I was like, he's just like the Deus Ex Machina that
Yeah.
like knows how to like control stuff.
Yeah, honestly.
He's not short round. He's tall square. Or long square.
He's tall
No,
square.
tall square.
Tall square is good.
We're giving them new names in this movie. Even though we watched this like a week ago?
Yeah.
No, like a couple days ago.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Tall square.
Okay, so
Wouldn't that just be a rat? Why are we making up names when there's already a name?
okay.
Is it short round just a circle then?
No, that's just an oval.
No.
No, it's
No,
like squished
no,
down, so it's like...
No, a tall round is an oval. A short round is a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tall round.
I'm getting hiccups from this.
Okay.
Anyways.
They find out the location of the second half of the dial.
All thanks to... And all thanks to Puss in Boots.
That is not him.
Yeah, what?
That is not Antonio Banderas.
What? Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I will give you $50 that it is not him.
What character are you talking about?
The guy in the bow.
Yeah.
That is not Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it
I'll
is.
prove it to you right now.
I will Venmo you $50.
Sam,
Do
you're
you-
losing $50. You know that. It is Antonio Banderas.
I do not believe you. I know for
It is
It's just because
him.
he's got a beard. He doesn't usually have a beard and scraggly
Look,
hair.
Sam. There he is.
you're
There he is.
just showing me a cast.
Yeah, to the Dial of Destiny. Look, right there.
I don't believe it.
He's number 4.
Images. Let's look him up. Come on.
Oh, dude, this hurts.
Dude, that is not him. That can't
Yeah,
be
it is.
him.
It is him.
Look, you type in his name, and it first thing that pops up is Indiana Jones.
Yeah, because people are unsure about it.
Because he sounds
Sam.
like Puss in Boots Sam, and it looks like him. What do you mean?
I'll give you $50 later.
I'm sure you will.
That's him. Yeah.
Okay.
He is the
Yeah.
best part of the movie. Even though he dies.
He gets blasted. They blow up the ship. And
I like how they almost gave goddaughter not
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, they almost gave her a love interest, and then he died. He drowned. Yeah, they when the people first get there, they cut off his line of air, and he dies.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah,
good. He deserved it.
It's girl boss power. You can't. You have to make sure that you got to make sure that the women know that they don't need a man in their life.
Yeah. So the thing that they were talking about, like why they had to only be underwater for like 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It was called the bends. They say it like oh yeah, we don't want the bends to happen. That's basically when like just decompression, but it happens in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're downloaded for like too long and you come up really fast, like it's bad.
Mm-hmm. Because the change of pressure.
Yeah. But I sat there and was like, I know what that is.
Amy, this is so interesting, but I need to get through this synopsis.
Oh yeah.
They blow up the boat. They leave on a different boat.
They steal their boat.
Yeah.
They pulled a Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm. Where they take the
Interceptor.
Yeah, where they intercept the interceptor.
They're like, bye losers.
Yeah, and then what's it called? They get to, I think, Italy, and they get to Italy. Boy gets kidnapped. Sorry, Big Tall is
Tall Square.
Yeah, Tall Square.
Big Tall. That's the guy that's the guy that handcuffs him.
Oh yeah.
Big Tall.
Big Tall and Tall Square. Okay. Okay, no, we need to stop. This episode's getting way too long.
It's good.
Okay, then after they go to the place to find the treasure, then they find the treasure, they activate the treasure, and then they fly, and they kidnap Indiana Jones after he gets shot in the chest. Doesn't die for some reason.
Yeah, because it's not his heart. That's how you know he's going to survive.
But he probably could have shot. He probably was shot in the. He's an old man. He's in his 70s at this point.
Yeah, and he said like, I got shot 9 times. I got my heart ripped out by the voodoo man. I got the voodoo.
I got voodoo. I got hoodoo. I got things I haven't tried.
Exactly.
But yeah. He gets shot. Lives for some reason. Then Bucky Barnes takes Indiana Jones onto a plane, and instead of shooting into the future like they do in Captain America, they shoot him into the past. They think that, like, the mathematician thinks he's so smart that he's like, oh, we're going to when Hitler was still there, and we're going to win the war. And then but come to find out, it was sent to like thousands of years earlier, and
when Archimedes was alive.
when he made the dial, and it's wild, and everybody in Archimedes' times was like, guys, they have dragons. And then wannabe Hitler, Bucky Barnes is like dragging on D's nuts and kills everybody, and then he proceeds to explode.
No, he's just dragging on these nuts and crashes. Pretty good.
Yeah, and then Indiana Jones is gonna be. They was supposed to end the movie with Indiana Jones being like, I want to stay in the past. Leave me with Archimedes. I can learn so much.
I'm a dinosaur, please.
And then not Shia LaBeouf was like, you can't stay here because like all the other multiverse movies, it will ruin the timeline.
No, she's like, okay, I'll let you stay.
Yeah, he decks his halls, sends him packing home, and
didn't even mention about Marion and Shia LaBeouf, but not really. We don't know
those
if
are
it's
side.
Shia LaBeouf.
There's side comments about. Those are side comments. And yeah, they get home, and Indiana Jones wakes up, and he's in his apartment, and he's all wrapped up in bandages. He's alive. Not. I was about to say not Chris Pratt. Not Shia LaBeouf. Is
that's
there?
also not Shia.
It's also not Chris Pratt.
Not Chris Pratt is also not Shia LaBeouf.
guys. And and all of a sudden, everybody from the other movies come in, like Saul and his children come in. He's like,
No, it's his grandchildren.
yeah, sure, whatever. I'm sorry.
I just want to get out of here.
I know. Marion comes in. They're just like, hey, kiss my elbow, kiss my forehead, kiss my mouth.
Okay, that was kind of cute though.
I know, but I thought they were gonna start making out, and I'm like, ugh. And then
I mean, they did, but we didn't see it. As I quoted at the end of the movie, the hat stays on during sex.
I forgot about that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the movie, everybody.
Dude, that...
Yeah, can we just hurry and get that little bit out of the way? The sex comment?
Why?
Because it's so
I already
funny.
said it.
Oh, okay.
It already happened.
So at the end of the movie,
Oh.
like literally where it cuts to credits is you see like Indiana Jones' hat on like a clothesline, and then you see Indiana like this is after Marion and Indiana Jones kiss, and then you see Indiana's hand just shoot his hand out the window, grab his hat, pull it back in like he does in the movies, and then you know that they're getting it on. He's a cosplayer. He's a
He cosplays himself.
He's a 4-player.
We'd be looking video games.
But yeah. This movie's wild. I'll be honest with you. It's after internalizing it, it is the worst Indiana Jones.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I think it's.
I
the
like
worst.
this one more than the fourth one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like this one's more fun than that one.
You're joking right now.
Like, it's too goofy in the fourth one where it's like, those monkeys are CG. Why are they going on the vines? What's up with these aliens?
Getting eaten by the ants, and he's like flopping all around.
Okay, no, but like, guys, that's the wild part of all these Indiana Jones movies is that you have these weird things happen to people, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like
aliens and time travel are like this like equal like weirdness. Like it's not on the same par as like we're opening up the I was gonna say Temple of Doom, but that's not it.
The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, and it's like well it blows up.
But I think the other movie is more. I think Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is more fun. I think I could watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull before.
I mean, time wise, yes. I don't know why, but I'm sitting here like, I hate long movies. Even though I'm like, yeah, make movies long so you can get the story out, not rush it. But this one I was like, please, I'm dying.
Yeah, I kept on looking at my watch through this movie.
Yeah, especially at the end, like the last hour, I was like, there's a whole another hour of this.
It just felt like not important car chases.
Yeah.
Like,
in the movie before?
No,
in this
one.
Yeah.
It just felt like all the action sequences weren't like that thrilling. It just...
Yeah. And you never really saw Indiana Jones throw a punch. I don't remember him throwing a punch.
Yeah, it was just him getting his holes dead.
Yeah.
The whole movie.
It was just him being able to ride a horse.
Yeah.
And, okay, so we watched this movie on Saturday.
No, it was
Friday.
Yeah.
And then we...
Or was it?
Opening day.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
watched it Friday. We started Crystal Skull Saturday at my parents'.
Mm-hmm. I love how we made Dad watch that movie because he's like, oh, yeah, I haven't seen that movie. And it's like, oh, let's watch it.
Yeah.
We watched half of it and he's like, I'm going to bed. And then he, like 2 hours later, he's like, just kidding, I'm going to watch the rest of it. And it's also 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I like looking at Indy then, I remember when Crystal Skull came out, I was like, man, Indy looks old. But guess what, everybody? Indy looks real old in this one.
I'm just impressed. Because he's like, what, in his
70s?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When this one comes out, it's probably going to be his birthday. Or around it. His birthday's on the 13th.
I don't know.
Happy birthday, Harrison Ford.
But yeah, I don't know. I liked this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those movies that I liked, but I don't think I'd visit again.
Yeah, I'd probably watch it like maybe one more time, but it's not like I'm not sitting here like I have to go watch it in the theater again. I'm like, I'll just watch it if it's.
I won't go out of my way to watch it.
Yeah, like if I'm doing like an indie marathon, I'll watch it.
Mm.
But it's not like, Friday night, I'm gonna watch a movie. Oh, this one, let's go.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna watch a 3-hour movie, I'd choose the Batman over this one.
That's an opinion right there, fellas.
Biased.
But yeah. Guys, best character of the entire movie. You ready for it? He doesn't have a name.
Big tall.
Big tall.
Yeah, it's Big Tall, everybody. It's this guy.
He does have a name.
He's just a big.
Looking at the credits, he's just actor, which is so funny to me. Like how cool.
He's just a big dude. He's just a big henchman. Love everything about him. He's very simple, but they had a little flair to him. Like he wears a suit. And I'm like, okay, he looks like an average henchman, but guys,
when he's on the boat,
he wears a Hawaiian T-shirt. Everybody, he looks so cool. He looks like he's having the time of his life. He's one of those guys that he's not doing fun outside of work. Wait, hold up.
He's a Nazi.
He doesn't work to be able to do stuff he loves. He does what he loves for work. He dresses up every day for work. He's on vacation every day.
Living my life, baby.
Killing kids. Drowning them.
Oof. I was telling Sam, like when we were coming home from the theater, I was like, he looks like Luther, like from Umbrella Academy. But like what he like actually looks like in the movie, like that's the off-brand version of Luther, and the guy in this movie is like the actual like Luther.
Hearing that now, it sounds a little weird.
Well, I probably worded it better.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like.
So big guy in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
He was like he's Luther.
Yeah.
And then Luther in the actual show is like just like the off-brand version, like it's like someone trying to cosplay him, or it's like the off-brand, like
it's when the cosplay looks better than the actual. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now I see.
Because both the actors look super similar too.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he was a fun character.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I was pumped when I saw Sala.
Dude.
When I saw Homeboy Sala, I'm like, come on, say his name. Say his name. And I'm like, yes, he said it, but not with that big angst. And
He's an old man.
I know. He just said it. He's just said, Indy, go on that plane. I want to go.
I brought my passport with me just in case.
Yeah. And he's like, you don't need to do this for me, Sala. You stay here where you belong.
And then they smooched.
Yeah, he's like, yes, this is what I wanted the whole time. I wanted to smooch with
Mary that wanted you, but it was me.
Yes, I wish at the beginning, I remember when we first met up in the first movie. When when Marion kissed me and I sang, I would have sang louder and prouder if you kissed me, Indy.
I love how you're now just Bane.
Wait.
I like how you have to have yourself sound like you're in a different room.
No, I gotta do the muffled voice, because that's how Bane sounds.
I love it because it's not like, to me, it's not Tom Hardy Bane. It's Harley Quinn show Bane.
I'm gonna blow up this chair. But yeah, I hate that, like, so I was, like, really not into the movie for a good portion of it.
Mm-hmm. There are parts
I thought the opening was fine.
Is the middle section is dragged out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think after the time jump, and then sort of introducing everything, and then after the characters were introduced, I think that's where it sort of dragged.
I feel like it picked up a bit more maybe when they had Antonio Banderas show up.
It wasn't him.
It was him, Sam. We've already proved you wrong. You owe me $50.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where it started to pick up again, and then like started dragging again.
Yeah.
Like once they actually started doing the time traveling, I'm like, okay, this is lame.
I feel like every 30 minutes it was like, first 30 minutes, okay, yeah, this is good pacing. Next 30 minutes was like, okay, this is dragging. Next 30 minutes, probably those, like that hour, it was like, okay, this is kind of dragging. And then like that 30 minutes was like, okay, now it's picking back up. The next 30 minutes was dragging again.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just going back and forth.
I think when everybody started showing up again, like the epilogue of the movie where you see Indy back at his home, and then everybody just shows up again.
Mm-hmm.
I think that like those 10 minutes or whatever, I was like, man, this is a good movie. But like I completely forgot about
like
how
the
I
very
felt.
beginning and the very end.
I know.
Good.
I know. And like I think that I don't know. I was entertained like
most of them like
I was entertained at the beginning, and I was like, man, this feels like an Indiana Jones movie at like the end of the movie, because you just see all like the bantering and like the comments and the I don't know, and just like seeing everybody back.
Yeah.
Like.
Like there's a lot of stuff sprinkled in that makes it good, but it doesn't like completely save the movie.
Yeah.
Like I would say it's just good. Like not like, dude, this is the best. It's like, oh yeah, this is fine.
What I was telling Sam was I feel like what they did with this movie is they're just like the fourth movie like was ranked so bad that they just wanted to make another movie just to like be like not end on a bad note.
Yeah,
I felt this movie just for a lot of the movie just relied on like nostalgia stuff, like him when they go diving and they're like, oh, what's that in the water? Is that a shark? They're like, no, it's an eel. It's like a snake. He's like, oh, not snakes.
I forgot about that.
And like
I whispered to Sam and I was like, yeah, they're like the shrieking eels from Princess Bride. I was like, no.
or
That's
like,
what you said to me. I'm just kidding. I heard Princess Bride, and I'm like, okay, I know what you're saying.
I get the reference.
when they first get to like Egypt and they're at the like bidding, and it's supposed to be. I'm assuming it's supposed to be a reference to was it in the first movie when the one guy with like the sword is like doing all these tricks and he just shoots him.
Yeah,
it's like opposite, but for him,
I didn't even think about that.
He's doing like tricks with his whip. He's like, everyone get back, and dude's like doing all these tricks, and then everyone just pulls a gun out on him.
Yeah.
So I think that's I'm pretty sure that's what that's supposed to be, is like a reference to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's just, that's like just sprinkled out through the whole movie. Is just like, remember in the other movie when that happened?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? Here it is again.
But I feel like this one, it like tied everything off. I feel like pretty good. Like it's a good ending compared to the fourth one, where it was like
just left up in the air.
Yeah, like the end for that one's probably like it's a good part because it's like, duh, him and Marion are married now. Whoa, happy ending. But I feel like this one's like a lot more satisfying because it's like, oh yeah, now Indy can rest and he can just relax and just retire.
Yeah.
But at first, when you were talking about Egypt, I thought you were talking about the part where they go to Italy and they're like going in the cave, like the ruins. It's just super echoey.
Oh, I forgot about
I
that.
whispered to Sam and I was like, dude, imagine this, but for like the next 30 minutes. It's just them singing random songs.
You just hear like you're it just echoes.
Oh, dude.
That would be so bad. Yeah.
One thing that you did say, like, was it after the movie or like, I can't remember what part, or like if it was during the movie that you said it or just after, but you were saying like, oh yeah, if they do a live action Up, Harrison Ford would be good, like Carl Fredricksen.
Yeah. No, that was like the part when he's just like, he was getting upset with his neighbors because they turned on the music.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Mr. Fredricksen. I turned down the music.
And I can see it. It would be cute.
Mm-hmm.
But they would have to do it sooner rather than later. Please.
They should do that, you know?
Dude, that can be the next Indiana Jones. It's just basically Up.
Okay, who would play, not Kevin, what's the kid's name?
Oh my god.
Russell.
Yeah.
Who would play Russell? Ki Hui Kwan?
Yes, him.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm a wilderness explorer.
Okay, we have to think of who would be the bad guy in this movie. Who would be?
It's just Mads Mikkelsen, whatever his name is.
The bad guy in the live action Up.
Yeah.
Making?
Oh, it would be Christopher Walken.
I was gonna say
No.
they'd like legit have to film it now, but I feel like Dick Van Dyke is kind of a good.
Oh, Dick Van Dyke would be so good.
Dude,
Yeah, they have
he's
to
like
do it like now.
Isn't he like 90?
Yeah.
He's almost 100.
Mm-hmm.
It was, dude, it was insane seeing him in the new Mary Poppins, and he's like tap dancing on like the desk, and I was like,
He's gonna die.
He's gonna break something, get him down.
You slip, it's all over. Oh, dude. But yeah, rank the movies, Sam. Out of these four. Yeah, these four. Just rank them.
I think I'm going to put it as the order that we announced it, or the order we talked about. Across the Spiderverse, Flash, Spider-Verse, Flash, Elemental, then Indy.
What about you, Hayden?
From best to worst, Flash, Spider-Verse, Indy, and then Elemental.
Oof.
Are you gonna say Elemental at top?
No, it's Spider-Verse, the Elemental. Yeah, Elemental, Flash, then Indy.
Okay, we're all in agreement.
I feel like they're just equal.
Wait, no, you said Elemental was worse than Indy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. We can all agree that Indy's bad.
For me, it's just bad writing. Indy is just kind of dragged out, and that's kind of like why it didn't rank high for me. But I'd rather have that than just bad storytelling and just like weird things thrown in there. Like, why? Like, if it's not like, if it's just like giving you whiplash for like weird things constantly, it's like, what? Makes me not want to revisit it, but
yeah,
it's only a little bit worse than like some being dragged out, because then going back to that, it's like a chore. Almost like, so if you're like watching through all of them, you're like, well, I have to watch this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
He's still trying to find out if Antonio Banderas is really in Indiana Jones.
No, I have a list of all the movies that we can do this next time we do a recap. But yeah,
we can even do this at the end of the year. Just
how
we've placed everything.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Cool. Well, we'll catch you in the next episode when. Is that the one where is the next episode when we're chatting it up with Nerd Switch?
Mhm.
Okay.
Next time we'll have Nerd Switch with us.
Yeah.
Talking about DC movies.
And I think Marvel's gonna slip in there.
Yeah,
and
I'd
just
imagine.
superhero movies in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just where we think things are gonna go and where things are gonna crash and burn and what's not gonna crash and burn.
Yeah.
So catch you in the next episode.
Good night, tri-state area.
Well, thanks for listening to this episode. If you liked this, you should go check out our other stuff. If you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please leave a review. Check out our other videos on YouTube where we have bonus content outside of our podcasts. And if you like that, please like, comment, and subscribe to also help our channel grow. Recommend us to your friends so they can also enjoy the dynamic duo of a lifetime.
And check us out on TikTok and Instagram at AJS_podcast. And check out my art stuff on Instagram at Babby_Yammy. And we'll see you in the next one.
See ya!